Okay, it is now 1:02 p.m. on Friday, March 6th, 2015, and I'm making this last video here for the week, and because the market's going to close in about 4 hours. So, like I said in the previous video, I usually like to have things closed out for the weekend. Um, I did take a loss while I was uh, not making videos in between time there, and but it was for $350. The Audi USD, which is this one right here that I'm looking at now. Uh, I had predicted, I thought maybe it might go up a little bit more, so but then I changed my mind on it, and it was down $350. Like I said, I have the ability to hedge on these, so hedging is not a good idea. But anyways, I also had another order to sell on this one. I don't know if you remember or not, but in the last video, I was struggling a little bit with that one. It was $688 in the hole at one point, plus my swap was up to like 54, $56. Um, so at one point I was over $700 in a hole on that one. Um, well, like I predicted it was going to do, it went down dramatically here. Um, Even though it's 1:04 p.m. in the United States right now, it's a little after 1 in the morning here. So I had went to sleep uh, about 9 o'clock, and so I woke up to check this, and that's why I say you don't have to watch, because if you watch this thing all the time, it's just going to drive you nuts. I use my alerts, and if it wasn't so late in the week, I would probably put another order out on this one, because this indicator here, this is the one. Um, but I use my alerts to kind of alert me of things, and being that my internet connection is so slow, I can't leave this thing on all the time. So anyway, scrolling back on it, like I said, it was going down. So like at one point it was like I said, $688 in a hole. So it went down and took profit. But I had to wait. Took almost 3 days to do it, but it did. And that's the whole idea of it. That's the thing. You got to be patient. You can't expect these things to make money, really fast. And that's why a lot of people get confused, and then they lose money because they're trying to use the 15-minute chart, the 30-minute chart, or even the hour chart. I've seen people use the 5-minute chart. Um, it's not gonna work. You're gonna lose money. Um, I use the 4-hour chart and the daily chart, and I look at what these things are doing, and the combination of that and the indicators that I have. So the last video I made, I was up to $20,730.37. Right now my balance is 22,135.38, and right now I am $898 to the positive in orders right now, which I'm probably going to get ready to close out. So hold on, I'm writing this down. But yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of patience and waiting. But I'll teach you how to do this if you want to learn it. I would, give you the indicators and everything. If you want to learn it, I could. I'm thinking about maybe making an email thing where I could, send alerts. I don't know. I don't know if I want that responsibility or not. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. Um, See this one here is still on a strong up. The market has slowed down a little bit. That's the USD. I call it USD chief. CHF. That's the French dollar and the French currency. Swiss, I think. Swiss or French? I don't know. Like I said, I don't even care. And as far as news goes, a lot of people watch the news. I don't really pay much attention to the news. I am aware of when the non-farm payroll comes out for the U.S. Um, you want to kind of be aware of those big events because that's when dramatic moves. I mentioned before that whenever there's a consolidation, see how this is consolidated. It doesn't really make a dramatic move as far as that goes, but it did here, you know, and being on the wrong side of that would have been a bad thing. So that's why stop losses are recommended. But if you set a stop loss, usually if I set a stop loss, it's either a trailing stop loss or a high stop loss. Like here, a stop loss, because if you're on the other side of that, I mean, even if you had it set at a couple thousand dollars is a lot better than losing 20,000. But if you've got a lot of money in your account, if you, and that's kind of would be my goal, to build up $100,000 in the account or more. Um, and I explain the reasoning behind that in my ebook, The Codex of Money, which I'm going to put a link to, because there's more to this. And I think I mentioned before that I flunked math. I failed algebra 3 times, and I mean we're talking just basic college algebra. I failed it 3 times, and but I know how to count money. So I've been doing it all my life. One needs to be able to count money, um, and I think that's important. But you got to know what you're doing. So even though these things are mathematical, and with the Codex of Money that I have, the ebook, it tells you how to increase your life, which is a mathematical formula, and it's not complicated. It's not hard. It's something that I learned in my marketing classes in college, and then I kind of put two and two together too. So, um, it's a combination of things put together, but it's a science. It's a science. It's not a wish in one hand, and because if you wish in one hand and spit in the other, what are you gonna get? You're gonna get spit. The law of attraction is wishing. Wish all you want. It ain't gonna happen unless you take action. So, and there's more to that too. So it's just a matter. I was homeless living in the woods, and now I'm living the dream life here in the Philippines. Not 5 years later, and so it's highly possible. But anyways, I'm $886 here to the good, and I'm thinking about taking another rest here, going back to bed. Like I said, it's 1:12 p.m. New York time, but here in the Philippines it's midnight. That's why it's after midnight. It's one in the morning. After 1 in the morning, that's why it's so quiet here right now. So I've got 22,135, and it would be nice to leave these ride, maybe try to make a little bit more money, but why be greedy, right? Why be greedy? and I can get a good night's sleep. So I am going to take profit on these. And actually I was kind of fortunate because I only had to take a $350 loss out out of the whole week. And sometimes it's a little higher than that. And then there's also some weeks where nothing happens. I mean, this I'm not gonna say this is rare, but actually this was a good week, and so you can't expect to make $5,000-6,000 every week either. Some weeks you might make a couple thousand. Some weeks you know might make more. I don't know. Um, Now my margin level, is going to be really high for starting out, but like I said, I think I'm going to have to find a new broker. I gotta do some checking on that. So we'll see what happens here. But like I said, you didn't see the first two videos. Those explain what I'm using and how I'm using them. So you started at video number 3, and the first two videos are available with instructions and the indicators and all. I have those for sale, but I started on the second, which was $16,060. Oh shoot, that's funny. So I'm looking at 16,000 and $60, and so, oh shoot, see, I told you I failed math. I did this wrong. I can't even use a calculator. So I'm up to 23,000 $20 now. So subtract $1,660, and that's $6,960. So that's almost $7,000 in 4 days. Yeah, that's almost $7,000 in 4 days, right there. And because, like I said, I started this 8 p.m. on the second. So, and this is 1 p.m. on the 6th. So I'm about 7 hours short of 4 days. So I got $6,960 in less than 4 days. So anyways, market's gonna close here in about 4 hours, so I'm not gonna put anything else out, and call it a week. Pretty good week, almost $7,000 in a week. So all right, just contact me if you're interested. And my point here is to help you. And I mean, what can I make off of selling some of these things? I can make a little bit of money, but I can make more money doing this. $23,020.72. And that's it for now. Y'all have a good day.